Hello, I'm Malcolm. This is...
I'm Samantha Rosette. I'm a graduate student and captain on the women's soccer team.
And this is Walking with the Wildcats. So Samantha, tell me about yourself. Where are you from? Tell me about your family.
I'm from the Bronx in New York City. I have 2 half-brothers and a mom and a dad, and we have 2 cats. Go Cats.
Go Cats.
What about you?
I am from Maryland and Washington, D.C. I consider both home. I have a wife named Raynell. I have a beautiful 3-year-old daughter named Emerson. No pets at the moment. Used to have a snake though, a long time ago. Yeah, I know. So, how'd you end up at Villanova?
I played soccer my whole life, started playing soccer when I was about 4 years old. And I played for a club team out in Jersey, and then I ended up doing my undergrad at the University of Virginia. I played there for 3 years and graduated in 3 years, and then came to Villanova because I wanted to get my master's, and I wanted to be able to play a lot more and have more of a leadership role on a team. How did you end up at Villanova?
I worked in law and politics in DC for about 15 years. I was a college athlete myself. So when I got tired of my old career and wanted to find a new career, I figured I'd go into college sports. So I worked at the NCAA for a year as an intern. And then I worked at Rutgers doing compliance there for about 2.5 years. And then I was lucky to get hired to do basketball compliance at Villanova back in the summer of 2017.
Nice. What did you play in college?
I played soccer as well. Soccer,
Oh,
yeah, soccer. Soccer at Syracuse University.
Nice.
We used to beat up on Villanova pretty good. So,
Not anymore though.
not anymore. Not anymore. So, Unitas. You're very active in our Unitas Diversity Initiative. How'd you end up getting involved?
Well, social justice has always been a very passionate piece of my life. I've always wanted to work for and serve underprivileged kids specifically, but I think most recently I've gotten more into social justice as it pertains to policy, kind of hence my master's degree in public administration. I really want to get involved in nonprofits, but I think that working in the space that you're in is kind of so important in creating change in the moment that you are. And I think this summer presented a great opportunity for us to really push forward a social justice initiative in the athletics department, and I'm really glad to be a part of it.
Outstanding. And what about RISE? Tell us a little bit about RISE.
Yeah, so RISE is a national nonprofit that works to basically unite the country through sport and to eliminate racism in the country. And I was an intern for them this summer. I was a leadership and education intern. It was the most rewarding experience probably of my professional life, for sure. And it really opened my eyes to the kind of impact that I want to have in this space, and kind of pushed me more towards, okay, let's work towards systemic change regarding racism and systemic inequalities. So I was really fortunate to be involved with them, and I'm really excited to be able to keep working with them and initiatives like them and push forward our change in our country.
You've been an exceptional asset for the athletic department, for Unitas, and for RISE. And obviously you're also a great soccer player. So tell us what this fall semester has been like with COVID and trying to play soccer. How have you been adjusting? How's the team been adjusting?
It's definitely been a little bit hard. I mean, this was supposed to be my final collegiate season and kind of got taken away, but COVID was COVID. So it's been definitely interesting. We've had like small group practices. We've been practicing in pods of like 4 and 5 people. We wear a mask the whole time. And we really are just like kind of confined to these small, tiny groups. It makes it hard to train, but it's also a really good way to focus on like nitty gritty, like technical aspects of your game, which has been cool to focus on. But I'm really excited for the spring and very hopeful for a spring season because it'll be my final collegiate season. So I'm excited to be able to put on the Villanova uniform one more time.
All right. So you mentioned this is hopefully spring will be your final season. What's next for Samantha Rosette after graduation?
That's a great question. I've had this goal of playing professional soccer for my entire life, and that's what I'll be pursuing after graduation. But I also am very, very passionate about working in the nonprofit space and working to just kind of combat social and economic inequalities and combat specifically systemic racism. So I think that I'll be working in that space as well in some capacity, but I'm not quite sure how we'll get there yet.
Sam, thank you for walking with me today.
Thank you for having me.
And that's it for this episode of Walking with the Wildcats.
Go Cats!